Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, Miss J Chronicles. So I am coming to you guys with a sit-down video just to give some insight about teaching in the education world and my experience. So I am a preschool teacher. I teach 3-year-olds in a private daycare setting. And some of the things that they don't tell you coming into the education field is that you will encounter a lot of challenges when just even getting your feet wet in the program or the field. You're going to have diverse families coming in and out of your school, your classroom, and it's your job to kind of like work with the families to find solutions and strategies and techniques to help their little one strive in class. For me, I'm a very patient, kind, nurturing person off rip. So that's no problem when it comes to working with challenging families, but it can get a little bit uneasy, or your kindness can be taken for granted and people don't take you serious. Families won't take you serious, or even your management team won't take you serious. And I find that that is a big red flag, so to speak, in the educational world. You have to, in order to make your career in education a successful, fruitful one, you've got to find the right home. And home, I mean the right facility, the center, the district. You've got to find the right district that fits you and who you are as a person, so that you could be able to teach and shape young minds in this field. With anything that you do, you should not settle for less, or settle because you this is the only thing that's open right now, or this is the only opportunity that's presenting itself right now. There is lots of opportunities out there in the education world. There are lots of doors that can open for you. You just have to network and meet the right people, but you will never be able to meet those people if you're just sheltering yourself and only limiting yourself to one space. So if I can go back when I first started my educational career, and knowing that this is what I want to do, if I could go back and really research the company that I work for now, I would have either A, picked a different location, or B, got out sooner than what I did now. And I'm not going to disclose where I work per se, because I do enjoy the company. I do enjoy the franchise. I just am not in love with the location that I am in now. Now, prior to me starting 3 years ago with that location was fine, open to it. I'm just a newbie, freshly into the field, trying to get my feet wet, trying to find my way. But as the 3 years progressed, the dynamics of the location became horrible and toxic and stressful, and it just became something that is not bearable for me as a young educator. And I never want to be in a place that I just feel sick to come there, or just dragging myself and forcing myself to get out of bed, because I know that education and teaching is my thing. That is me. Like, that is what I was put on this earth to do, I feel like. And I'm good at it. My parents and families, they, rave about the work and the quality of work that I present to their students, and classroom wide. They love what I do. They love the content that I put out. They love the curriculum activities I put out. They use and talk to me outside of the school, and they use me within their own personal homes for nannying services, and they enjoy my content and my curriculum aspects. They enjoy that, and they refer me, and they keep wanting me to come back. But I try to block out what's happening behind the scenes, so that they don't get that notion that, hey, there's an issue, because that's not my brand. My brand is me. My brand is my quality of work and I don't want to bring that negative light to my brand. So I try to mask it, and what you can only mask something for so long. Before it just hits the fan and you just cannot hide it anymore. You just walking around miserable, sad, depressed, and this line of work does test your patience. This line of work does test your stress level. It tests your anxiety level. It tests the ability on how you speak and deliver messages to parents as well as your admin team. It tests a lot of things within yourself that you have to be ready to tap into and open up about. And I want to stress to the new educators coming in that you need to take care of your mental health within this field. This field thrives on mental stability. And if you are not mentally stable, you cannot teach these children. You cannot shape them and show them the correct path to take if you're not mentally there. So my advice to the young educators are to take care of yourself, your body, your mind, your spirit, if that's your, calling. But it is very key, it's vital that you do so, that you take care of yourself. You take those necessary breaks that you need to regroup and gather yourself and collect yourself and hold yourself accountable for your emotions and your feelings. Not everybody's not perfect. Everybody has emotions, and everybody isn't built the same. And I understand that, and we all as humans should understand that. But it is important that you take a step back and you just reevaluate things. And if something is not working for you in that present moment, you need to change it. Don't sit and wait and hope that it will get better, because it won't. It never gets better. It tends to get worse before it will ever see progress. And you may have months where you think that it's going good, but in all reality, it's not. It's just masked and swept under the rug. So it's very important as educators today that we take the time to evaluate ourselves, evaluate our mental space, evaluate our physical health, and take a step back. And even if that means you take a step back for a year, 6 months, 4 months, 3 weeks, you need that time. It's key. And another thing that they don't tell you when you go into education is that you're going to be faced with adversity. And you cannot, as an educator, you can't diagnose kids, because we're not pediatricians, we're not psychologists, we are simply educators. But you can present your observations, and if you in your heart know that something is not right and is not clicking with a student, it's up to you to bring those observations to the parents. If not, the head of your team, the head of your board, your admin, your director, whoever, you need to speak up for that child, because you are that child's voice. If they're young and they don't have a voice, or they cannot put together how they're feeling, or what's going on with them, you are their voice. So it's up to you to speak up for them. And it is going to be times where you have families that just are in denial, and that they don't want to hear what you say, because they think that they know best, because that is their child. You're going to have that, and it's okay. And it's okay to say that you can't help that child. It's perfectly fine. You don't have to, beat yourself up about it, or feel down, or cry about it. You can cry, but you don't have to. You just know that you gave your insights, you gave your observations, and you said, hey, I have these concerns. It is the parent's choice to do something about it, ultimately, because it is their child. But don't beat yourself up because you felt like you failed the child. It's not your responsibility to feel like you failed. You've done your part by speaking up for the child, by showing, by providing evidence that things are not aligning with the child. So that's another thing that I would definitely encourage young educators to be okay with accepting that you cannot help every student. And it's not by their choice, it's not by your choice, it may be by the parent's choice, and it may be by your overhead, your higher head part. And it's okay. It's okay to not be able to reach that, because it's not, you've done your part. So, yeah, those are the couple of things that I've encountered over my course of being in educational field. If you guys have any questions, I know this video was brief, but this is just what came to my mind, and I was like, let me just sit down and spill out my heart and get it out on the table. If you guys have any questions regarding, public school, private school, the daycare setting, nannying, leave those questions down below in the comment sections, and I'll do my best to get back to you. If not, make a part 2 to this video. But like I said, I just want to, as we turn over for the new quarter of the year and as we go into the next school year, just wanted to give some insight of what I've seen, what I've experienced as a 3-year educator in the field. So like I said, please leave your comments in the bottom, share this video, thumbs up this video, like this video, and stay tuned for more content for me. Until next time, thank you for joining in on Miss Mimi Chronicles.